I believe I was asked to speak to you today is to share a vision for BGI and a vision for the world. It is not my vision, but a vision I have attuned to and now speak for. It is a vision shared by many, but not commonly articulated in the highly controlled culture that we live in, and even more or even less frequently spoken of in a business context. It is the vision that change agent extraordinaire Lynn Twist lifted all of us to see during her numerous presentations at the last intensive. The vision of the eagle and condor flying together. For those not blessed to have been part of that discussion, the tale of the eagle and condor comes from the indigenous people of South America. It tells of a time when the people of the materially developed world, the thinkers and planners, exchanged wisdom with the indigenous people of the world, the feelers and connectors. These great cultures fly together for the benefit of all. The vision may have been a revelation to many last month, but it is not foreign to others around the world. Most sacred traditions share an understanding that now is a time of accelerating transformation. A transformation from a predominantly materialistic worldview to a predominantly spiritual worldview. I believe this change is well underway. There is evidence all over the globe, if you're curious to look and able to see, from grassroots organizations to global businesses, and even more recently, to government-led precedents. Paul Hawken, visionary author in the field of sustainable business, remarks on the scale of change underway in his latest book, Blessed Unrest. In it, he describes the million-plus groups and organizations around the world who are responding like a planetary immune system to thwart those with intent to harm. Even old foes of the environment, like Walmart, are coming around as they strive to green their supply chain and stock their grocery aisles with organic products. In Ecuador, the people and their government boldly affirm that the eagle and condor have begun their flight together, having rewritten their national constitution, giving legal rights to nature. We, the people, are ready for a new reality. So, graduates, what is your role in this process? I see it as twofold. Step one is to be yourself, your authentic self, not what anyone thinks you should be. Step two is to recognize what is going on and play your part. Live joyfully. Follow your heart. Let it lead you to right livelihood. Or in the words of Parker J. Palmer, the place where your passion meets the world's great need. The eagle and condor are indeed flying together. Every moment that you choose to consciously direct your life from your head and heart, rather than from fear, you are the eagle and condor merged as one. Living in this manner creates a subtle shift that spreads light through thoughts and deeds. Aggregated, these actions are creating a tsunami of love that will change everything, including many of the institutions we now take for granted. Business as usual, education as usual, military as usual, and government as usual will undergo their own collective metamorphosis as this flood of love-inspired action ripples to every corner of the world. A spiritual teaching I've encountered again and again over the years states that outer circumstances mirror inner reality. If this is indeed the case, then the institutions we have created reflect to us our collective state of being. Given the general level of dysfunction in the world, I think it is safe to say that our collective ego has been calling the shots far too often. The trouble with this is that egos are never really satisfied. When we let this aspect of our being lead our lives, we always end up with unsatisfactory results. In the case of business, we end up with companies striving to grow, even at the cost of destroying the planet. In the case of our civilization, we have grown like cancer on the surface of the planet, and now cancer affects the inner reality of almost 1 in 2 people. As grim as this is, the answer to all the world's woes is the same. To borrow some words from economist Mark Anilsky, it's all about the love. As each of us shifts to lead our lives from an informed space of love, in service to one another, our outer reality will transform to reflect this new shared state of being. With open hearts and clear minds, we will awaken from the illusion into which we were all born. We will release the grasp of our dysfunctional ego, and we will let the wisdom of our collective soul guide our way on. So what is BGI's role in this great shift? BGI has set the standard for sustainable business education, which other institutions are now striving to emulate. Last week, I counted 23 schools on Wikipedia's entry for Sustainable MBA. The fact that so many schools now follow BGI's lead illustrates a remarkable contribution to business education, but also means that the time to evolve is now. My hunch is that the next iteration of BGI, BGI 2.0, will legitimize conscious business in much the same way as it legitimized sustainable business. In the new economy, we won't prioritize material growth and gross domestic product at the expense of environmental, social, and spiritual values. We will instead be creating businesses that grow our consciousness, our love, and our well-being in ways that honor each other and regenerate the health of the planet. Yeah, man. All of you are the reason I have so much hope and faith that we truly will change business for good. Woohoo! So why don't I stop talking about it? Let's go do it. Thank you.